recipe is the same as last week's start roll. Group 3 around Tokyo counterclockwise, so I jumped into daily C this morning between Group 4 on Grand Valley Highway, reverse, and this one I'm going to use some understeer around those bends in the tunnel, and then you want to manage it for the rest of the lap, so let's jump into it. First corner, you want to start looking out for the 100 board and steer left early. I'm going to give you some understeer. You can see over there I'm already chucking it in left, and you're going to understeer a bit. If I was understeering too much, then I was just lifting ever so slightly, not a full lift, just around 80-90%, somewhere around there, but you can do it flat. You can see some understeer over there, just keep it going left, and then for the next corner, again you can see it's quite early, you want to start turning to the right, understeer a bit again, and then same for this last left-hander, just chuck it in early, and you start looking out for this 300 board, and just before that I was getting off the throttle, getting onto the brakes, start releasing over here just to turn in, and then over here I was keeping it in second, be careful of track limits over here, and accelerate through that, into third, and then downshift again into second, and you're just going to have to gauge the exit over there, just again get some understeer but also some rotation under heavy acceleration, making that quickly between the 100 and the 200 and the 150 boards. That's where you want to start braking, just about halfway through there. Try to get as close to the 100 as possible, keep it in third, accelerate there. Now before the star marks over here straight in front of you, or the marshals on the left, that's where you're going to start braking, down into second, again keep it in third over there because getting a better exit in second. For the next corner between the 200 and the 100 boards, that's where you're going to start braking, right in the middle, keep it in second, accelerate through that, and then short shift into third gear and try to go as flat as possible. Just lift a bit for this left-hander. Here you just want to tap the brakes as you straight over here and facing cones, and then you just want to roll through the corner and then start accelerating, keep it in the, don't brake too much over there. Now for this corner, you're looking out for the transition from the barrier to concrete just before that 100 board. That's where you start braking. You don't want to go full brakes too much over there because the back steps out, so just partial braking. Accelerate out early off that corner, careful of track limits through these S's. You want to hug the inside as much as possible, especially with this left-hander. Start keeping it to the right over here, last corner, and try to get as close to this 100 board as possible, and that's where you're going to start braking, down into second, start rolling through the corner where the tarmac changes color, and accelerate out of there. Just want to keep it tight over here to the right hand side, accelerate towards the lawn, and this one is 58.4. Again, first corner, you're going to start looking out for that 100 board. Just before that, between the 200 and 100, you want to start steering to the left, understeer through that corner. Again, early to go right, early to go left over here. Look out for the 300 board, and just as you get to that, you want to brake, down into second, release the brakes, go through the corners, careful of track limits to the right, accelerate through there, up into third, and just tap the brakes, down into second, as you see the tunnel opening up. That's where you're going to start accelerating halfway through it, and car will rotate on the acceleration in second. Try to get as close to the 100 board as possible, down into third, start accelerating as you pass through the marshals over there. For the tire marks of the next set of marshals, just tap the brakes, either go second or keep it in third and accelerate out early. Between the 200 and the 100 over here, again tap the brakes, down into second, accelerate through there, just a bit of a lift, and then short shift over there into third, lift again over here, step the brakes over here, all the way in third, cut the inside over there and accelerate out early with the barrier change to concrete, brake down into second, partial braking, you don't go full, and step out, accelerate early through that corner, just about hugging the gas as start as possible without going over the white line, get track limits. The S's keep it in fourth, don't shift over here, Again, try to get as close to this last 100 baud as possible. Turn into second, release the brakes, and as the tarmac changes color, that's going to start accelerating to the corner, and it's just flat out towards the line.